reminding me that I have yet to sign up, as if it's like parent-teacher conferences, schedule for my family to get their shots. So I appreciate you getting the flu.
Thanks. Doing it for the team, right?
I suppose.
Oh, God.
I think the you showing up, we were talking about it before you got on, just the you showing up with the flu is doing too much for the team, okay?
Yes.
I know.
Yes. We could reschedule.
Yes, I'm okay. It's like now like day 3. So I got like my tissues and my water. I woke up feeling better. So, and I had a good breakfast. So now you know that like, I'm okay. But fuck, just getting my period on top of it. It's just like, why? And I'm getting my hormones. I'm off of the pill right now because I'm getting my hormones checked to see if I'm going through perimenopause, if I'm experiencing symptoms. And so it's like it's a real period. It's like the crime scene one.
Oh, so no, yeah. So that's also a sign of perimenopause because I am experiencing that. I haven't been on the pill in a million years. So I think I was tracking it because I was like, how often am I having these car crashes in my undies?
And so now, of course, I was like, was the back pain I was experiencing, was that like
the back pain
PMS or was it the flu? Like, who the fuck knows, right?
It's probably both.
I was literally just telling Amanda about my back pain that's been bugging me today. I'm like, oh, the PMS symptoms are here officially. But yeah, like I was having those periods like every 20 days and I would have a period and I was like, this is getting ridiculous. And they were so heavy and so long. And I was just like, what is happening? And now I don't even know the last time I had one. So I'm like full on going through it. But I have the period pains right now. Like I'm having the cramps, or not the cramps, but the back pain and all of that. So I still go through that every month. I'm just not having the period at the moment.
Oh my gosh.
So we'll see what happens.
That's just like the journey of a woman. Like, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, let's just see what happens.
We'll just see. We'll see. It's going to be fun.
Oh, God damn it. Oh, Jesus. The things we have to go through. And then my 2 oldest, they're just starting their periods, like, recently and complaining to me about how much it sucks. And, you bleed through your tampon and then I'm driving them new pants to the school and all this stuff. And I'm just like, yeah, welcome. It sucks.
Yeah.
Sucks.
And they're just like, but it's not fair. Boys don't have to do anything like this. I'm like, I know, honey. I know.
Indeed.
But why every month? Why can't it be just a couple times a year? Why does our body try to make a baby every month? And I'm like, because it just is stupid. Okay. I don't know.
What do you want me to say?
Go read a book on this. Okay. Don't ask me about it.
You have a phone in your hand. Google, please.
Yeah, just Google it or just accept your fate. Okay. We've done it.
Right. Oh, shit. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. Hey, Mama. Welcome to Fuck It Mothering. My name is Amanda, and I am a life coach for moms. I'm an intentional single mom to 4 girls living in sunny Wisconsin. Just kidding. We have like 6 months of winter. My Shih Tzu Chewbacca is my one true life partner. I laugh too loud, prefer beer over wine, curse like a sailor, and I'm dedicated to teaching other moms the tools to reclaiming their lives. Not in a Kate Chopin The Awakening way. You don't need to give up living and throw yourself into the sea. You can keep your kids and your sanity and also be a whole ass person outside of being that kid's mom. The secret? Learning when to say fuck it. Welcome everyone to this episode of Fuck It Friday. I am Amanda Haro.
I am Samantha Trujillo.
And I'm Amanda Madriz.
and my voice totally cracked as I was saying my name. Jesus, it's a Friday. I'm so tired. I'm so tired right now. Like yesterday and today, I was sitting with my coffee and it was time for me to go wake up my kids. And I was like, no, I don't want to. I don't want to do this today. I don't want to do this shit where I have to spend 15 to 30 minutes just getting them out of bed. I don't want to make lunches. I don't want to take them to school, but I do want to take them to school because I don't want them to be here all day. Like, I'm just so tired.
It's so true, though. It's just so real to have those moments where you're like, I don't really feel like doing it today. I don't want to. Can someone else do it? Like,
yeah, please tap me out, coach. I'm done.
Not today.
Make someone else play this inning, please.
I don't feel like it.
Yeah, I don't have any familiarity with that. Haha, homeschool mom. So I just let them wake up when they're ready.
You don't get a break.
Yeah. Well, I don't get a break, but I have found my swing of things, my patterns, my habits, whatever, my routines that work to where I don't necessarily feel like you guys are so used to your breaks. And I've just built up a better tolerance.
Yeah.
I just have better tolerance for no breaks.
It's funny because up until like Gigi just started kindergarten, so up until this past August, I was still doing days at home with her. And with her being sick this week, obviously now why I'm sick, she was sick on she stayed home Monday. And I was just like, oh, that's right. I hate this. Because it wasn't even a sick day. Her day 3, my day 3. You're like, I'm okay. Like, she shouldn't. She was too sick to go to school, but not sick enough to be
healthy enough to be a headache.
Right. Healthy enough to be a headache. And it wasn't, we started off with a movie and I was like, this is just going to be a chill day. And then she was like starting to get up and we put on the second movie and she was starting to get up and do other things. And I was like, oh, okay. This is okay. I was like, I'm going to go clean something. She's like, I'll help you. And I was like, oh no, it's going to be like that. We cleaned a rug. We painted rocks. We had lunch. What else did we do? She wanted to play with tiles. It was just one of those days where I was like, I hate this. Being stuck at home. It's so, I have to make a video on it. I haven't done that this week because I've been sick. But remembering how hard it is to actually just be home entertaining your kids all day.
Curiosity question here. Why do you feel like you have to entertain her?
She was asking. She was well enough to be asking. She was like, let's go play this. Mommy, can we play this now? Mommy, can we play this now?
What is Amanda's answer when she says this?
Amanda's answer on Monday was, okay. And then the last magnetile activity, I was like, okay, but only for 10 minutes because then I have to go get ready to go pick up your brother. It was definitely one of those, I'm done. But there's this thing of being at home is also tough because it's you don't, and she and I have always had trouble because she doesn't want to do what I want to do and I don't want to do what she wants to do. And so there's this constant back and forth. Mom, she's like, let's go play this. I'm like, okay, can we go have lunch afterwards? She's like, lunch is boring. I don't want to go to a restaurant. And I'm like, but that's my favorite thing ever. Can we at least give a little bit? And with Ian, it wasn't like that. With Ian, it was like, hey, Ian, let's go to the botanical garden. He's like, okay, Mommy. I'm like, all right, let's go. And it made being with him during the day so much more fun. But I forgot just being at home with the kids, literally just being in the house, not having a day with them where you could go and do things. But in this case, being homebound with my children, I realized it's hard for me because It is.
And that's important to say because you have that perspective and then you have Samantha happily homeschooling her children. And it's just
happily is a strong word. I'm just kidding.
That is a word that I'm pushing on her. I will admit it. Okay. I chose that word for her. I'm sorry. I should have asked which adjective you wanted to use.
I do actually love it. Especially once we found our rhythm.
Yes. Yeah.
But I do like to poke fun at the idea of happily.
But it's just like, because a podcast that I had done with someone else, I posted it and she was talking about how like her realization of like coming to the realization that she hated being a stay-at-home mom. And I posted a clip on just that for the podcast episode, and someone I hate commented on it on YouTube, and it was just like, this is so selfish. This is just selfish. Just don't have kids. And I'm like, whoa, that is not what she said. She loves her children. She just hates being a stay-at-home mom. She missed her job. Yeah. And that's okay to say.
Mm-hmm. Totally. And that's the thing too, is like, when we become moms, we still have to find that piece of like us. And sometimes it's not stay at home. I love being a stay at home mom. Probably a lot of it has to do with my past history of being in the military, never really having any say in my life. And now I have, minus, my two bosses over there. Like I have some say in my life again. And it's like, I don't have to get up if I don't want to get up. I don't have to schedule anything if I don't want to schedule anything. It's like, I don't have to go to any meetings.
Hallelujah.
No staff
to go to meetings that should have been a fucking email.
But that's the thing. What I think is really interesting is like how the perspective of some people, like, being a mom, being a stay-at-home mom, being a working mom, all hard. But like, I think what I think stay-at-home moms struggle with too is like, they fall into the perspective of not having freedom or any time to themselves. And it's just a perspective. Like there's also the opportunity to see, like, I don't have to go to any meetings. I don't have to get up.
And that took a lot of like shifting of my thoughts around a lot of this, because like it was a learning process. Like once I retired, and it was just like, looked very different than I imagined it looking. So it was like, okay, so here's what I thought it would look like. And here's what it actually looks like. What's the happy medium here? And like, once I found my like happy medium, happy being the word there.
This is an adjective she is choosing this time.
I'm choosing happy this time. But like, once I found like what my happy medium was, and like, figuring out like, where was that vision and imaginary land of like what mom life looked like? Where did that come from? Oh, okay. That's all lies. Like all that. That's all lies. That was the problem, is that I was lying to myself and the world was lying to me, because it's not all happy and like you get to, I get to start my day so slowly. No, they wake up and they are demanding.
Immediately.
Like if I don't make some time for myself before they wake up, I'm having a rough day. So it's like, I get myself 30 minutes before they wake up. Usually I do my thing to kind of get in my headspace and let myself feel good. And then we start the day, and it gets to, Mom, I need breakfast. Mom, I need that. Mom, I need this. Okay. But like now it kind of, I've again, like built up my tolerance for it. And then also like I shifted what it actually looks like versus what I thought it would look like. They're very different things.
Yes. And it's okay that they're different. Nothing has gone wrong. You're not doing it wrong. Your kids aren't doing it wrong. It's just different.
It is different. Like it's not going to look like what you expected it to look like. I don't think in anybody.
Nothing in life looks the way that you expect it to.
No, it doesn't at all. So it's like, once you like, and that was the thing too, that really, really helped me, was like that idea of like, okay, wait, every relationship in my life, friends, parents, whatever, like they never look the way I want them to. They never are exactly how I want them to be. And it's like, oh, that's like my relationship with my kids too. Like, it's not exactly like, I don't need it to be how I want it to be. Same with these people. I don't need them to be who I think they should be. Like, who are they? And then, okay, let's just work with that.
Totally. I think that was something that happened to me personally between kid 1 and kid 2, was that they were different. Mm-hmm. And so I expected to have my motherhood experience to be, I handled it the same way with number 2 as I had with number 1. And my expectations were that I would still get to do the things that I liked to do as a way of creating time for myself, even as a stay-at-home mom, like going to restaurants, going to the museums, like, because kid number 1 was very flexible and happy to be anywhere and just needed a snack, and then that was fine. And then I didn't have that with kid number 2. Like, Gigi just very specifically wants what she wants and doesn't like what she doesn't like, and is very vocal about all of these things. And so the things that I had leaned on to create time for myself within my stay-at-home mom experience, I couldn't lean on anymore. And so I was just shocked. I was just like, oh my God.
It is.
Still
It
trying
is.
to do the same things, being like, but I need these things in order to be able to have time to feel okay and to refill my cup. And you don't want to do any of these things and you're making it really, really difficult when I try.
Yes.
And it's so hard.
It is.
And it's just it ended up being having to reestablish what motherhood between different kids actually looks like too.
Yeah. Because they're all so different. And, all 4 of mine, they're all completely different. And after I made that mistake with the second one of, being like, oh, I got this because, I have one and they're both girls and blah, no. Once I made that mistake that first time, the third time I was like, I don't know who you are. I don't know what you need. We're going to figure it out. And same with the fourth. And yeah, they're all fucking different.
Aside from the basics, they are all different.
Yes. And even with the basics too, because, they like to eat different things. And even as babies, they nursed differently. Even when I was pregnant with them, I had 4 totally different pregnancies and we never found out the sex. So it's okay, is this one a boy? No, just a very different girl. Got it. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Cool. And once you really understand that, it's just no matter what experiences, no matter what expertise, no matter what experts tell you, it doesn't mean it's going to apply. That's all I know for sure is all of this expert knowledge does not mean it has applied to my life, my parenting, my motherhood, my kids.
Nope. It's just something that worked for them. It was something they realized in their own parenting journey or by observing a select group of parents. And it's different for all of us. Yeah.
So I will say F it to the experts out there telling me how I should be a mom.
Oh, 100%. I'm always saying fuck it to those fuckers.
Fuck them.
Always and forever.
Yes. I feel like we've effed we have not effed those guys.
No, never will.
No. Roll it back. We have said F it to those guys before, but I feel like it needed another one to this day.
100%. Yes, always. Sometimes they have something useful that you can glean, but always lean on your own instincts and authorities. Please.
Yeah, I think when I stopped looking to the experts expecting to find the answers and just started looking at other people's experiences and finding my own answers that way, that was a big shift for me. It was just even just with you guys, listening to you guys talk about what your experience, it's oh, good. Whew, I'm not alone. Especially because our experiences are so different, but there's those similarities across the board for all of us.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the biggest helps for me and my journey thus far is finding those similarities in other people's very different experiences.
Yeah, which is so fascinating, right? Because it's we can be totally different people who have different experiences of how we got into motherhood and how we experience motherhood, but there's still a thread that connects us all.
Yeah.
That is just motherhood. And that's always been really fascinating to me.
Yeah. It's a relief, really.
It is. Yeah. Because Samantha was saying, it makes me feel less crazy and less alone.
Yes. Yeah. Because that was the amount of crazy I felt.
Right?
Not just because of the hormones. But
no,
legitimately,
it's not just the hormones.
I was am I losing my mind here? And it's no.
Oh my God.
No, you're
so
not.
So many times.
You're not losing your mind. You're just surrounded by little crazy people.
Yeah.
Little monsters. Little monsters.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of monsters and little psychos, that's not what you said, but that's what I'm saying. They're little psychos. My 2 youngest little psychos decided that, so Laurelyn just turned 10. Ozzy is still technically 7. Okay. And they chose for Halloween to be Pennywise and Chucky.
Oh my gosh.
With masks too. And they were so excited for their costumes that they put their costumes on in the car, and then they put their masks on, and then they were like looking out the window trying to scare the other drivers. And then they came home and they got on their bikes and rode around the neighborhood like that.
Amazing. Amazing.
It's like my favorite thing ever that has happened. That was the best money. They're expensive because Halloween costumes are so expensive.
It's so expensive.
But yeah, money well spent, because that scene, my little psychos riding their bikes.
Did you take a video of it?
I took a picture, and then they wouldn't let me post it. So I'll text it to you two privately, because that's not technically posting it. Just like when I showed it to the dance moms in the lobby, that's not posting it. No, I'm not posting it.
So good.
I'm just going to show everyone individually.
The old-fashioned way.
Yes. But the second time that they did it, they came back holding their masks in their hands, and Laurelyn felt like really bad. She's like, we actually scared a little kid. They ran into their house crying. And I just started laughing. I was like, that's fantastic.
Well, I will say you don't have little psychos if they came and told you that they felt bad about it.
I know.
You are the psycho here.
Yes, I am. But I did have to take Ozzy's Chucky knife away from her the first night, because she was being completely inappropriate with it and was not following the knife rules of the house. I was like, I'm buying this for you, but ... all of the rules and expectations of not actually being psychotic with it, not scratching my table, not threatening your sisters with it, throwing it across the room at your sisters. Like, stop it. So that's in the pantry at a high shelf until Halloween night. I'm like, no, ma'am.
Not happening.
Your Chucky knife is gone. You lost your knife privileges.
Your toy knife privileges have been revoked because you don't listen.
The things I have to say in my household. Never thought I'd have to say them.
Oh my God.
Meanwhile, my kid doesn't even want to go trick-or-treating because he's scared of Halloween.
Oh, is he?
Oh, yeah.
It's because of my kids that are like my kids.
For kids that take their roles too seriously.
Like, if that happened, my kid would be the one going in the house screaming, bring me for somebody else. And I might have still laughed at him, though.
To be fair, how old am I? I don't know how old my sister is. She's 2 years younger than me. But my 40-year-old sister, if she saw Chucky on the, she'd run inside. She's still scared of that guy. So, to be fair, she is a full-on adult person who would run in the house if she saw your child running around as Chucky.
My 12-year-old doesn't want to go trick-or-treating this year. She's in just like, she's the worst age for her. She just is no fun. She used to love all this stuff. Yes. She just sucks. I was going to take her to go shopping yesterday, just her and I, to go get her Halloween costume, because she didn't want to do it when I took her sisters, because she's like, no, I'll find something online. But then the thing she found online, I was like, this is not going to get here in time for Halloween, which is why I took your sisters to a store. But yeah, she was like, honestly, I don't really want to go trick-or-treating. It's kind of stupid. We just go around and like get candy, but I'll just go buy candy for myself from the store. And I was like, you suck. Like, you actually suck. You're no fun. I'm dressing up. Like, what is wrong with you? She's just doing it to spite me.
Oh, really?
I don't know. I'm just saying that right now.
Probably. Put her on candy duty at the house.
Yeah, she didn't want to do that either. She was just
she's got to do something.
No, she doesn't do anything. Yeah. Welcome to my struggle, Amanda.
Remember what it was like around that age.
I was not
At
like
12?
that.
Really?
Yeah.
If you told me 15, I'd be like, okay. But 12 is young to be that snooty.
I was a 12-year-old a-hole. Like, it kind of started for me around that time. And a lot of it had to do with the things I was experiencing in my life. Just like for her, maybe the news of the new baby coming, things like that are kind of hitting her differently. Who knows? But like, yeah, like I was
not
an
my
a-hole.
Baby. Anybody listening?
No, not hers.
Mine.
Not her baby.
Not mine at all.
That has been secured.
Yes. a very permanent way.
No, but I do remember just struggling with the weirdness of that time in my life. So give her a little slack. Even if she is being an a-hole.
I try really hard. Every year we take pictures in an apple orchard, like for like beginning of school and fall and all that shit. I started it when my oldest AON was in kindergarten, and we've been doing it ever since. And my 12-year-old was just like, I'm not doing it. And I was like, can we make a compromise, please? Because like these pictures are actually really important to me. And so our compromise was that she wasn't posing for any pictures by herself or pictures with her sisters, just the family picture. And I was like, fine, we'll make a compromise. So I work so hard to like let go and let her be who she is, but also find the point where it's like, no, we're doing this. You can't actually do literally everything that you want. You can't get your way 100% of the time. Right. Because that's not how life works. You still live in a house with other people. Like,
and you have to think about how you're impacting those other people.
Correct.
And this is our tradition. So I like your compromise there. I really, really do. Like that was a really good.
It was really hard for me to get to that point because like there was a part like my hackles were up and I would just wanted to be like, fuck you. I do so much for you. I give you so much. I give you so much space. I'm like, the leash is long here, kid. It doesn't even exist. You're doing this one fucking thing for one thing a year for me. You're doing it. Like I absolutely wanted to go there.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
I realized I was taking it personally and I reined myself in. And I was like,
coaching works. You know?
Can we have a halfway happy, please?
Yeah. Can we find that happy medium, kid? Okay.
Yeah.
Pose in the pictures with me and shut up.
But here's the thing, and this is me asking to like just out of curiosity. It's like, do you think that she's just doing it to be an a-hole, or does she actually not enjoy the experience?
I don't know.
Because that's what's hard, I think, about that age is to be like, let me decipher what you actually, like, what's something that you actually don't want to do versus what you're having an attitude about just to spite me.
It's very difficult to get a clear answer. She has her walls up.
Yeah. And I was going to say, too, like, that age frame, like, it's, who knows if she even knows what about whatever she's experiencing. Who knows if she truly understands even what she's feeling right now.
Yeah. And I will say that, you know, this one, she has anxiety. She goes to therapy every single week. Like she's got stuff going on, and it's just, it's a hard age, and it's just very difficult to talk to her. I never really know what's exactly the truth. So yeah, it's just been hard. Trying to navigate those waters. And
is this your red food coloring kid?
Yes, that's my red food coloring kid. Yep, and thankfully she has stopped that.
That's good. Yeah.
Don't have that. Although I keep finding pimple patches in my bathroom. She just like takes them off and like, yeah, it's fucking disgusting. Like just puts them on the counter. And I think in her brain, she's just like, oh, I'll throw them all away at the same time. I found like basically a hidden Mickey on my counter of fucking pimple patches. And I was like, you forget.
Well,
like how many times do I need to yell at you before you realize that you forget? Just do it right away. You're not going to remember. Your ass is going to walk out of the bathroom. Completely forgot.
What do the pimple patches look like? Are they like the clear-ish ones?
Yes.
Okay, so to be fair, she is also the child who did not see all of the red she was leaving everywhere.
I know. So it's like even more reason to just like peel it and put it immediately into the trash can. Like just it goes straight in there.
She didn't see
for
red,
all of
so
these
clear-ish,
reasons.
Definitely not going to see that. A clearish pimple patch is completely invisible to her.
Not to me, though. Not to me.
No, you found the hidden Mickey.
I was like, this is disgusting.
It is really gross. Kid, do you know what is being sucked into this disgusting little patch? Throw it away.
Please don't leave it on my counter.
So gross.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh man, that's so funny.
Yeah, just wait till puberty hits for you guys with your kids.
No, I said, I started very early in my a-hole puberty days, so I am not looking forward to that. I remember what an a-hole I was, and I already hate teenagers. I'm like, ugh, teenagers are the worst because I was the worst.
But, I will say they are not all like that. My oldest, who is actually a teenager, she's almost 14. She's delightful. I have like a better relationship. Our relationship just keeps getting better as she ages. It's really nice.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah. It's really nice. So they're not all like that.
Just the second one. I'm telling you guys, second kids.
They don't all stay like that. Because
No.
I grew out of my a-holy phase. I had an a-holy phase.
Yeah.
Very. But I grew out of it, I think.
Mostly.
Yeah, I think.
You're just like a fun a-hole now.
Yeah.
Like the a-hole that people want to hang out with.
I'm a more fun a-hole. I like it.
So
does Gigi do Halloween then?
Yes. She's excited about it. We will see what she decides to actually, so we're going to be mermaids. And she wanted to be a mermaid because I bought her a crown that matches with mine. And that's what sold her on it. Mm-hmm. But I am still I'm very prepared emotionally for her an hour before to change her mind.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So we shall see.
Yeah.
What does prepared emotionally for you look like on this one? I'm curious.
Just letting go, being like, she's just going to do whatever she wants and it doesn't matter. Because last year or the year before, we matched, and then last minute she decided to change it. I was like, what the fuck? I picked this entire costume because you said that's what you wanted to be and we were going to match. This year I'm not going to do that. This year I'm like, I picked my costume. If you don't want to wear it, then you don't want to wear it, and that's totally fine. You can do whatever you want.
Nice. Yeah. I like it.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, last year we were all Barbies, and we agreed to be Barbies in August when we saw the Barbie movie, and we were all going to be different Barbies. And then as we got closer to Halloween, Aria, a 12-year-old who was 11 at the time, decided, actually, I'm going to be Harley Quinn. So we were all Barbies and she was Harley Quinn. And I was like, you're ruining this. This was the perfect family opportunity.
New?
No, God, it's not new. Of course it's not new.
It's just worse.
Yeah, it's just worse because I know it's happening right now. Yes. As we speak, it's happening.
Yes, because I continue to have to deal with it.
Yeah, so she just started a little early. It's okay.
Like from the beginning.
She's also the one who is like, I'm moving out as soon as possible. I'm not living with my sisters anymore. Is this the same?
So the two middles, both of them
say
so. Laurelyn would love to live with me forever, but then she remembers her younger sister Ozzy, and she's just like, actually, like you can just come visit me, and I'll come visit you. Like this was an actual conversation that we had.
I'll come visit you.
Aria,
but only
however,
when Ozzy's not home.
Aria will move to California the day she turns 18.
Okay, so it is Aria that I'm thinking of.
Yes.
So she's got an independent streak about her. Mm-hmm. Very independent.
Yes, and it will be the death of me.
Yes, it might.
Great.
It might.
Great. So my kid will be the same because it's the same.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. 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 Okay.
But it's fine. Great. Everything's fine.
Great.
Take a breath, Amanda. And Amanda.
Breathe, Amandas.
Just take a breath. See, so if Haro survives it, then we know Della Madriz will be all right because you can just lean. You're going to be leaning on Haro the whole time. Like, okay, she's doing this now. What did you do?
Right. How do you handle this right
What did you do with Aria when this was happening? Just let us know when Gigi starts with the red.
After I exploded and lost my shit,
Yes, there you go. When Gigi starts with the red food coloring, I need to know. That's all.
Oh, God. Hopefully that trend will be done by the time Gigi has access to the internet.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. So good.
It's so hard. It's just so hard. So hard.
It's those little day-to-day battles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's hard. And my sister just had her baby this week.
Yay!
But I was definitely like 2 nights ago, I was sitting on the couch with my husband and I was like, she's in the hospital right now at her first night with a new baby. I was like, do you remember that? I was like, that fucking sucks. Could you imagine like being there at the beginning again? Like right at the beginning.
No.
Like at the straight big first night in the hospital, you just had your baby, like starting line. I was like, fuck that.
Yeah, no thanks.
Oh, I would take the redo on the first night with my baby, but I've told you guys about my first night. She was taken away from me, so that sucked. So when my second came around and I actually got to spend that night with him, he was right here the whole time. I was like, I'm not putting him in the bed. Like he's right here. I'm not letting him go.
Yeah, 100%. Yes.
No, I didn't have bad experiences, frankly, either time, gratefully. But I was just like, she's starting again. Like, she's starting over.
Yeah.
And she's at number 2. So, like, she's fine. Don't get me wrong. Like, she's fine. But, like, me already having to, being like, could you imagine doing that again? Being like, no. So hard. So hard.
I know. It's just because, like, I feel like for me right now, I'm finally getting, like, when Ozzy is 9, so a year, because she's about to turn 8. So a year, this time next year, I just know it in my gut. It's going to be like that sweet spot of motherhood for me because she will be at the age where she's past like losing her fucking shit over stupid nonsense. Like last night, it was pouring rain when I picked her up from dance and she was having a very minor malfunction with the umbrella that I walked into the studio to give her. Okay. I was trying to be nice and she was mad about the fact that her Converse got soaked. And then the umbrella was like not closing, but instead of like continuing to try to close it, she just like shut down and was like, like super loud while the door is open and the umbrella is stuck in the door and she's holding like a cookie in this hand and she's like, I'm getting wet. I was like, yeah, because the fucking door is open. Like, close the umbrella. You have to keep trying to close the umbrella so we can close the door and then you won't be wet. Like, can you please, like, calm down? Like, just fucking chill. So we'll be past that stage of, like, those tantrums that still happen.
Do they end? Do you think? I guess in my mind, I'm like, she's like, my daughters just always, they will always exist. So I'm like, I'm in my sweet stop because it's just
That's
always
why I'm saying 9.
Like
9 is like such a great age because they're still a little kid. They don't have like the preteen bullshit. If they're going to have preteen bullshit, it's not there yet. And they're past that tantrum, like little kid phase. It's such a nice age. I love it so much. So yeah, when this time next year, all of them will be like, just kind of, it'll just be like this harmonious. That's what I'm telling myself. I'm going to hold on to that dream for myself.
I like it. Yeah. I have a 3-year-old, so you already know my stance on those. All of them.
all of them.
Yeah. But it takes so many years for them to fully like calm that shit down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it just, it takes a while. So
that's crazy. I guess for me with a 5 and an 8-year-old, I'm like, this is fucking amazing. Like, just to be able to be like, I can cook a meal and have one kid doing homework and the other one in the bathtub and not having to sit there and like be chained to be watching the kids the whole time.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
Or like I took a shower yesterday while the 2 of them were playing in the living room. You know, like that kind of stuff for me is just like, this is great.
Yeah.
You know, this is amazing. So I feel like I'm in a total golden era right now. So I can't imagine thinking that like it actually gets even better for a hot minute. Or
Yeah.
They become teenagers.
Yes, because
Oh my
they just
God.
become like more independent and they become like they have more emotional intelligence. The tantrums really do like less and less.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's just really nice. Like, but I do remember that when I got to that part where you're at, Amanda, it was like, oh, wow, I don't have to run from the kitchen to the bathtub to the other bathtub where someone else, like, I don't have to like split myself into all these billion pieces because they still need me so much. I can just like fucking cook dinner. This is amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Cooking dinner has always been like my wind down time in the day. And now it's just like, oh, that's right. I can actually just focus on this task and enjoy this task right now.
Mm-hmm.
And hear them playing in the living room or watch them playing outside. Like, it's honestly right now, I'm just like, how does it get better than this? And it's so nice to actually be like, no, it actually is going to get even better because those meltdowns are going to lessen.
Yes. Yeah, significantly.
I don't think they're going to listen, but
they do. Trust me. I've had 2 GGs. Oh man. So we got to wrap it up, but final fuckets for the month. Mine is appointments because I have 1 kid in physical therapy and I have 2 in orthodontist. I have the one who has the recurring therapy appointment. I'm taking another one in to get her ankle looked at, not the one that's already in physical therapy. I'm just fucking done with appointments. They take up so much goddamn time.
I hate appointments.
I
can't imagine. Like, I don't do that.
But how do you even manage that with dance?
Yeah,
that's gotta be like loco.
Yeah. I'm just driving all the time and getting like little blips of work done when I can. And I'm just like, I'm really tired. Can everyone's bodies function normally, please?
No, it is inconceivable that you are doing this. I don't know if that's the right word, but I hope it was.
So yeah, I'd like to say fuck it to appointments. I'm super done driving all over the place.
I am also getting tired from, that's also something that I had heard in the motherhood space of like the mom taxi is exhausting. I'm like, oh yeah, it is.
I don't like appointments just because of like the anxiety that starts rising in me worrying about getting there on time. Like,
I don't give a shit about that.
That's what, like, I am a punctual person. So like when I have appointments, I start getting all this anxiety leading up to it to get to the appointment. Even on like our calls, sometimes I start to feel that anxiety build because I'm like, I don't want to be late.
You're usually here before me.
I know.
And this is my studio, my virtual studio, and you're always here before me.
That is because of my anxiety. I'm not going to be late.
I always come in and I'm just like, damn, Samantha's on top of her shit. I need to get here earlier.
Just so I don't panic. Keeping the anxiety and panic at bay by just being in the room already to say hello. You thought you would have the room by yourself.
Meanwhile, I'm like usually blasting some sort of music. Usually it's lately it's been Chapel Roan, and like looking at the clock and being like, oh, it's time for me to log in right now. Just skating on.
I do have timers that go off now to help me like prep. Like, oh, okay, I need to be.
No, you do?
Yeah. I started because like I get very absorbed, distracted, and like time blind. So like I think that's where a lot of that comes from. So like before this call, I set a timer for 30 minutes when it was like, okay, I want to be on there right around this time. And I think I literally joined the room like 5 minutes before. But like I was like, that's a good window to where I'm here. I can still finish up whatever I'm doing. But I have a timer that says, okay, go do your thing that you have your appointment for.
Oh, so then it helps you. Because for me, a fellow person with anxiety, I would be anxious about the timer going off and keep checking
I don't even think about it once because like when I started using the timer, it allowed me to say, okay, I don't have to think about it. I don't have to pay attention anymore. The timer is going to tell me when I need to stop whatever I'm doing.
Yeah. I love using alarms and stuff too, because otherwise I can't really focus on what I'm trying to do because I'm constantly checking the time and then like I'm redoing the math in my head, like double checking myself. Like, oh, do I really need to end at 2? Like let me just look at my calendar again. And I can't do it. So
it makes me more distracted, more anxious. So when I started using the timers, so like today was the first time I didn't feel a lot of that anxiety because I set the timer that said, get into your seat, make sure your, hair looks okay, make sure you're kind of less shiny. Like all of those things. That's when my timer goes off and it's like, okay, go sit down and do the call with these guys.
Yep.
My last thoughts would just be to say, fuck it to getting sick.
Yeah.
The cold season is just, my kids have been on the verge of being sick, where they're just like crying and moody and not really 100% getting sick. And I almost feel like, is that worse? Because then I'm like, the whole time I'm like, oh no, is tomorrow going to be a sick day? Oh, is the next day going to be a sick day? Like, are you going to come down? Is tonight going to be tough? So it's been like, thankfully they haven't, but Gigi this was the first time one of them were out, like they were just down for the count. But they've been like teetering on being sick all cold season. And it just sucks being, I hate being sick.
Yeah, it does.
You guys know I was on my RV trip and we were supposed to come back home Wednesday, but Monday night, my oldest threw up in the middle of the night. So I was, so I cleaned up as best I could in the RV. We ended up leaving the day early, but that rest of that night, my brain was like, is she going to throw up again? Is she going to throw up again? Is she going to throw up again? So I was literally listening to try and catch her throw up in the barf bucket so that it wouldn't go everywhere else because I had already cleaned up as best I could in the RV. But so I totally sick. But I don't actually have to deal too much with the cold season because they don't go to school.
They don't go to school.
Yeah, you don't get those kindergarten germs.
No, I don't. Like
they're powerful.
My son still manages to like put his hands in everything and put his hands in his mouth. Like, why? Stop putting your hands in your mouth, man. But like,
I picked up Laurelyn and Ozzy from school early yesterday, and Ozzy had a field trip the day before where they went, it was like outside in nature, and she was walking up to the door by the office, and she had these big bird feathers, and she was holding them and like putting them on her face, and I yelled down the hallway. I was like, "Get that off your face! That's disgusting!" And the other mom who was trying to check out her kid just started laughing at me, and I was like, "I'm not playing this game." Bathing her in hand sanitizer in the car.
Like we literally collected feathers. I have feathers tucked into a little pocket for them from our trip.
You like sanitize them.
But I don't, they kept trying to tickle my nose. I'm like, don't put that on my face.
No.
And wash your hands, please.
Get the Ebola off my face.
Do birds carry Black Plague? Because I'm not interested.
I don't want to find out. Don't want to know. Why are we bringing the feathers home? Just let them look at them at the field trip and just like leave them at the park, please.
I let them bring them.
No, they're in my car now, and I'm trying to like figure out what the window of time that I need to just let them sit there before it's safe to throw them away, because then she's forgotten about them.
Isn't that an interesting window? Like trying to find that perfect window. Well, they're like, are they going to notice it? Are they going to ask for it again?
Yeah, so I'm not going to move them. I'm going to leave them where they are in the car. They're in a back pocket on the back of a seat. I'm going to leave them because if I move them, then she might notice.
They see them as soon as it's moved.
And then it's like the timer has reset. So I'm not going to reset the timer. I'm going to leave them, but I'm going to just be patient and watch for it when I think I can throw them out.
Please be soon.
Please, God, let it be soon. All right, guys. We love you. Be gracious with yourself and remember to laugh because this shit is just too crazy to not laugh at yourself.
It is.
See y'all next month.
Bye.
Are you ready to learn how to prioritize yourself? To ditch the wash, rinse, repeat stress cycle you've been stuck in for good? To connect with the amazing, badass, unique woman you are and let her flaunt her badassery with reckless abandon? Click the link in my show notes to sign up for one of my on-the-go coaching packages so you can live your one wild life to the fullest now. No need to schedule anything in that overflowing calendar of yours. This is coaching that works around your schedule no matter how chaotic it gets. Coaching for the busy mom, designed by a busy mom. No more excuses. You've put yourself off long enough. It's time to be the main character of your own life again, don't you think? See you next week, gorgeous.